cool beans. All right, it's been one crazy day today. It's been awesome. Also, another thing is this, is that, oh God, how do you say it? There was a lot accomplished today inside with a couple of students today. I had two of them. I had one earlier in the day, the one later in the afternoon. So there's a lot of things going on. So I just want to say awesome. And another thing is, I'd like to go ahead and say to the students that were here today, man, awesome power, awesome. I'm glad that you were here, and I'm glad you're able to see everything. And it's just really awesome that you were able to go ahead and make things happen. So I just want to go ahead and say congratulations to them, because they really went out today. They hung around and it took something. It really did. So, it did take to do something. I want to go ahead and say congratulations to them. Really go ahead. They really went out today. They hung around and just make a difference for themselves. It really did. So, take to do something. That said, I just want to say cool, awesome, and most of all right, let's get rumbling and let's get going. Because here's the thing. We just really want you to understand that you are the one that make a difference. Now today, you're watching me drink my drink, huh? All right, cool. Anyways, so what I want to say to you, first of all, is thank you very much for being here. Also, we're looking forward to make a difference to you. Here in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see all the packages that we have available. I never really like doing it, but it's towards the end of the year, so the year's already done. Let me tell you, the year is done. 2022 is already here. See, this is the mindset. Let me just say a little more about that for the moment. I said the year 2022 is here, but actually, I'm lying. Actually, the year 2027 is here. You've got to be at least 5 or 10 years out. I don't care how old you are. If you're 100, you've still got to have 10 years out. Because here's the thing. You're going to be able to shift the move, but behind all that, you want to know that you have and make a difference. That you will go ahead and you'll have at least a plan, a strategy. And there's some stuff we talked about today was about idea. And then what you do is you plan, then you put it into action. Idea, plan, action. That's the most important thing to remember. This year is over with. I mean, you still got to do stuff. But whatever you said you were going to accomplish, it needs to be done in the third quarter, because fourth quarter is cleanup time. This is when you're already punted. You're going to do some last minute things, which is good, but you also want to start looking, okay, what's next year? Now, does this year look like last year? Even though there was a COVID, have you started your corporation? Have you done anything to move forward? Anything. Even if it's joined our program where we say it's free 99, you heard me, free 99. The reason why I'm saying free 99, if you don't hear some dollar signs, you don't listen. Free 99, what does he mean? Well, let me tell you what I mean. Exactly. It's not free, because the thing is, you've got to do some work, but we will assist you in building your business credit. Now, let me tell you, today there was a lot that went on today, and I'm really, really proud of the people that actually did the work. And I really want to let you know for a fact that they did some work, and they learned some stuff. Now, I do the training live. Once you do the training with me, then you get let's say we did a live training today, you get the recorded version now with it. It's not cleaned up. It's all now, and I don't use any foul words in there, so I'm not worried about that. I might say, darn it, or, son of a biscuit eater, or, holy cow, or shut the front door, all right, type deal. So the thing is, I just want you to know that you get that after you come to a live one. You are locked out, though. When I do the training, you are locked out, meaning this. The training starts at 11. You have to 11:05 to be in the room. If you're not in the room, that's on you. You're the CEO. You're the founder of your organization. That's how we're going to hold you to account. We're going to treat you that way. We're not going to coddle you. We're not going to baby you. We're going to go ahead and treat you of who you are. Today, I know the few people that actually were in the rooms today, especially in the afternoon. But in the morning part, they realize I can tell their eyes open, by the way they spoke and by some of the actions they took on later on. And it wasn't because of the fact of what I once said. It's the fact they were able to hear it from I'm not going to mention the name of the company. And it's not because I don't want to. It's because it will probably expose some of the stuff that they worked hard for. And on top of that, I'm willing to say there's only maybe one or two that might know it. Other than that, a lot of people, they would be doing it. And if they did know it, they would be bragging about it. Because a lot of people like to brag. I've been talking about this since the 1980s, late 80s. But now I want to let you know is that when we're talking about divisions, they heard it from the cat's mouth what was going on. And I'll tell you about that in a few. So I want to begin to get started here. So what I want to say to you is, again, break out your pencils, break out your pens, break out whatever notations you want to write. And just remember, we're talking about free 99. What? Free 99. This is the only organization that tells you, I'm telling all of you, whether or not you come, I hurt my knee, whether or not that you come back or join with us, eventually you're going to come back to us, because the ones that talk, how can I say this? They don't talk about divisions, but they talk about getting you 1.5 million. Not a problem. You can get it on the first company. But how are you gonna multiply it without doing what you did in the first place? What are you gonna do without working so hard? What if you can do the same thing that you build your business to? Whatever credit you have your business to now, what if you can multiply that without going through 50% of what you had to go through, like personal guarantee and some things? What if you're able to go ahead and take, let's say you have $100,000 in business credit on the parent company? What if you're able to go ahead and daisy chain it to where you have, I'm going to use a big number because I'm doing it on purpose if I do this. If you go 9 across as divisions and 1 would be the parent, so that'd be 10. So if you had 10 companies that had $100,000 on them each, wouldn't that be $1 million? What if you had 1.5 million and spread it across 9 across and do it without having no PG? Maybe 1 or 2 here, depending who it is, or we just get rid of it and get another one. So all I'm saying to you, tonight we're going to talk about a lot of that stuff. So I'm going to be quick about this tonight because there's some things I need to do. Also, another thing is this. Call us. Here's one thing I really want to say to you. I mean, I never really asked you to go ahead and like us because of this, that, and other thing, because you can change your mind. But we do give you a lot of great content. And one thing I'm proud of, that I'm definitely proud of, is that I know that what we have and what we do is really huge and makes a difference for each and every one of you. And most of all, I am not here to go ahead and, to go ahead and try to entertain you. But what I am here for is I want to make sure that you do have the quality of being taught. Because here's the thing. If you get caught in a jam and you don't know how to get out of it yourself, you will not have been taught right. See, this is like going to business school. You're going to learn stuff, but when you actually get out in the real world, there's nothing out there. Your real world experience, your real world experience out of the books doesn't work because you don't have the real world seeing, hearing, and using your hands with it, all the areas. I don't care if you have an IQ of 156. If you don't have I don't care about that. It still boils down to, if you're going to have to try to figure it out, so you might just make a mistake, or inside of it, at least you get to see, and then you can go ahead and begin to realize, okay, great. Then you can piece it together and see what you want to do with it, and how you're going to go ahead and correct it. That'll be up to you. Or maybe add a twist here. So what I want to let you know is we're going to go through stuff tonight like that. And also this, again, I'm not here to entertain you. I am very dry, okay? But I can tell you what, the information you receive is valuable 10 times the amount whatever you get with it. In fact, I'll talk that in a minute. But so there's just so many things. So I just want to let you know that I'm ready to share with you guys tonight. And let's rumble. Let's really have it going. Because what we're going to do tonight, we're going to also let you know that we do connect the dots. We connect the dots, connecting the dots. Remember, a corporation is a legal person. A corporation is a legal person. Now, why do I say that? I'm drinking my protein because I just got back from the gym. All right. So, what I want to say to you, how do we connect the things to the dots? How do we connect the things to the dots? Well, we connect everything to the dots by doing one piece at a time. See, we can put it in a book, and I thought about it, but still, I know myself the experiences from books are okay. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start recording so we can actually, after the trainings, you can have the recording to go with the live training that you have. And also, someone's been telling me too also, the live training, a recorded live training with the book to match the training. Then you got 3 forms of the stimulation of the brain to go ahead and pick up. Okay, you might pick up some in the reading. You might pick up some because you went through the live training, and after the recording, hearing it again. Remember, success is the mother of repetition. I'm here to be your coach. Like the basketball players, baseball players, any professional that's really great at what they do is that they hired a coach. Now, I've said this before. I'm not sure where I said this at. I'm not sure if I said it live before, but I'm going to. Now, if you look at some of those coaches that these guys hire, they don't look like, like Arnold Schwarzenegger looked like once, or like The Rock looks like now. They don't look like that at all. They kind of like got a big old belly going on, and they got the cap going on, that's a coach. But the reason why they hire them is, number one, what comes out of their mouth. Number two, they have a distinction that you don't have that makes them see things you can't see because you don't have your eyes that come out of your head and look at yourself. So they can see things, and their distinction's sharp to where now they say, you know what? You kind of just quirk that foot just like 1/1000th of a milligram of a chicken hair. And they say, you got to keep that straight. Don't do that, and you'll make it every time. So I want you to make that shot every time 100 times. Or when you swing the bat. When you swing the bat, you do this little quirky thing, and I know you're going to hit it. You're going to strike. You're going to strike out. So I want you to swing this way, and they're always looking. They're watching. Then they sit down and show them the video. Here's what you look like. See, this is why they get paid. This is why another thing I don't take on certain people, because everybody wants. Here's the thing. I can promise you this. Even when you lose, you'll win if you set it up right in the beginning. Because if you remember what I've said, debt follows tax ID, and we show you how to connect the dots. We show you how to connect the dots. And one thing I wanted to really share with you tonight, and I don't know if I'm going to have the availability to, but I'm going to go take a peekaboo to see if I can. One thing I want to let you know is this. As we connect the dots, you're going to find out that it's a cookie cutter. The reason why we still want you to go ahead and learn everything step by step is so that you can go ahead and guess what? You can go ahead and whenever, because it's like this. Let me just tell you, I got all these thoughts going on. Anytime that when you get in trouble, most people panic. But when the storm comes, I want you to be able to go ahead and see and know what to do next instead of panicking. See, most people panic because they don't know what to do when things happen. Oh my God! Oh, this happened! Oh my God! Like the coronavirus is here. Oh my God! The business are closing down. No. Most of the people that I had prior to the COVID-19, they found a way excuse me, I'm doing something here. They found a way, and they already prepared for this because I do in the beginning. We kind of get you set up, get you set up, get you set up, get you set up, and then we go into scenarios, right? We have we meet on Thursdays in a group room. Pretty soon we're going to be flying in again, but we meet in a group room, and we just call it the millionaires mindset. The thing is that we start practicing. Okay, great. Now this is the place where you practice what if. Okay. Now most people say what if with a fifth we all be drunk, but here's the thing. We went over the scenarios. I believe I told some live before, is that almost 10 years ago, in 2008 actually, in 2009, 2008, 2009. I think the last one was in May in Phoenix, Arizona. We did one there. We went over a lot of stuff. What if this? What if that? We came up with some crazy scenarios. A bomb went off and it just tore everything apart. If there's still money available, what are you going to do now? And the credit was still running around. And then we talked about what if the government decided to shut everything down? You couldn't be on the street, so what would you do? Only businesses were allowed to operate, but how are they going to operate if they had nobody to play? And a lot of people had restaurants there and little sandwich shops. They said, well, first thing I would do right away, I'd get on, they said advertise, and of course advertising's changed, but they would advertise that we will deliver and that we would go ahead and right away. One guy said, I'll build a hole in my window, on the wall and put a drive-through. So people, they let them drive at a certain time, they can drive through and pick their orders up or will deliver. There was a lot of ideas about that. All right, then they said, okay, great. I'm going to make sure I have an American Express card. I'm going to have a Chase card, and I'm going to have a Bank of America card with the American Express at $750,000. Another one $500,000 on another card, and $500,000 on the other. The minute this stuff happens, I'm going to go ahead and pull the cash out, and then I'm going to go ahead and use that cash to make the payments on the card, and also use the cash to take care of things that need to be taken care of. So there's a lot of things that you start thinking with people, and you'll start writing these down. And they were ready when that all happened. They said, "Wow, this is crazy," and they rated their credit lines. So, and on top of that, you might want to remember is that you have a way to go ahead and make things happen in your business. Also, another thing, we're going to talk about VAs for your business as well. All right, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can go ahead and play this for you. And I'll see if I can do this live for you here. Let me do another window here, new window. All right, now, this was sent by our tech guy, and he showed it to me. He says, man, you gotta watch it, this is crazy. So let me go ahead and pause this right here.
And the feds cut a deal. And here's how they did it. Pfizer, located
live.
Named Pharmacia Corporation, which owns another company called Pharmacia and Upjohn LLC, which owns Pharmacia and Upjohn.
Right. Since shutting down. What I want to do is show you this. Let me see if I can go ahead and actually put it on here. Let me screen share. Okay. All right. Let me screen share. I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen with this. Now, break out your pens. Break out your paper. This is exactly how we teach how to do our divisions. This is really powerful. You're going to find out it's Pfizer who did this. Now, the reason why I know how to do this is because I was involved in the morass of this before. The whole morass of it back way in the late 80s, early 90s. Now, you're going to find out this is really cool. This is what I'm saying people do. This is why people don't teach it, because they don't understand it. Here we go. So only one other person I believe teaches this thoroughly, as I do.
Down Pfizer was unthinkable. Pfizer and the feds cut a deal. And here's how they did it.
Listen.
Pfizer, located here in New York, owns a company named Pharmacia Corporation, which owns another company called Pharmacia and Upjohn LLC, which owns Pharmacia and Upjohn Company LLC, which in turn owns Pharmacia and Upjohn Company Incorporated.
Follow, folks.
What does Pharmacia and
These
Upjohn Company Incorporated do? Nothing. It's a shell created to be a legal shield for Pfizer.
What did it say?
If Pfizer was at risk of being convicted, the shell company would take the hit. Think of it as the great-great-grandson of the parent company. Birthday, March 27, 2007. Just in time to plead guilty in a kickback case against a company Pfizer had acquired a few years earlier. With that conviction, Pharmacia and Upjohn Company Incorporated, which had never sold so much as a single pill, was excluded from Medicare. 2 years later, when Pfizer was in trouble with Bextra, Pharmacia and Upjohn Company Incorporated, the shell company, stepped up again and pleaded guilty. It was like having an imaginary friend, an imaginary bad guy to take the rap.
Follow this.
And Pfizer, too big to nail, is still doing business with the federal government.
It is true that if a company...
Since shutting down Pfizer was unthinkable.
All right, so I want to go back to what I was to the course, but I want to let you know is that everything that I taught and been teaching, I've been teaching this, and I have it on YouTube all the way back, and you can see them in 2008, 2009, 2007, and even before, whatever they had before then. But I want to let you know is that this is very powerful. That's what we teach you, how to defend yourself, so you don't get caught in the morass of the situation, because what happens, they don't teach you how to stay out of trouble. That's what we do over at Corporate Credit Blueprints. We teach you how to stay out of trouble. So if you get in trouble, you don't have to go ahead and panic and go, oh my God, I'm in trouble. What do I do now? Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. That's what I mean. We connect the dots to you. Even though we're not here to be your attorney, we're not here to be your financial advisor, we're not here to go ahead and be your IRS CPA attorney, okay, whatever that is. We're not here to be any of those. But yet we have all this because of many years of me being involved in the higher echelons to know this. Is this a secret? No, but no one understands how to do it, because if you don't understand how to do it, right away people say, oh, that's a scam. I can take this to some attorneys out there, and there are very few that understand what you guys would learn. You would know more about that. You'd be able to go and educate your attorney. Hey, here's how this works. Then you can show them that TikTok thing. Here's what I'm telling you. The reason why we set up divisions in the beginning, because I believe, and our team believes, that you will be a Fortune 500 company, so when you get out there, you won't be raped because someone comes after you. You'll do exactly what Pfizer did, and you will go ahead and keep on going. See, that's one strategy. That's a strategy that's been taught for years. It's been going on for decades, even way before all of us were born. And let me tell you, this is so powerful that this is the reason why I know I can go ahead and say, we can do this. The other companies, I'm telling you, they're good, but the youngsters are youngsters. You're getting people that are involved with here, this organization, are well seasoned, been through the battle, been through the lions and tigers and bears, oh my, been there, oh my God, how are we going to, they're coming after us, oh my God, we're going to file BK. But when you know how to go ahead and regulate and work within it, you're going to find out the power behind it. And that's what you have, is that power behind all that. So now, let's go over here. And here's where the power comes. The power comes from right here. Knowing the difference between the SS4 form and the Social Security form. Now, I know what that means. Really? I'm willing to bet you a $3,500 gift certificate to our organization. You really have no idea the difference between the two and exactly what it can do. If you can answer right now in the room, I'll give it to you. If not, forget it. I'll give you 30 seconds. But the power behind and the difference between these forms is, guess what? Guess what? Time's up. That form, you only get one chance to ruin your life. And then you're either going to have to work with somebody that will set it up for you, go clean up the Social Security number for you and get it back and straight. I'm not saying they can't. But you've got to be patient. some of you that have the most horrible personal credit in your life, and it's okay that you do have it, don't get me wrong, but you have it, but yet you want a microwavable system. I've been involved with doing the cleanup of personal credit for a while, and I tell you, human beings just amaze me. They really do. You know, and there's some of the nicest people that have had problems. I get it. And there's some people like just real, I don't know where they came from, but I don't think it was from this planet. But that's my opinion. But the thing is, they want that Social Security fixed up overnight. Well, hold your horses, pal. Slow your boat. Pump your brakes. You're not going to go ahead and beat anybody with a chain just to go ahead and get it off. It's not going to happen that way. I'm going to tell you something that might be surprising. And this is what most people that dealing with personal credit repairs or help you restore your credit, some of them lack this knowledge. And I'm kind of surprised even the founders of people that teach the personal credit side don't tell this to people, and they don't even say it on YouTube. You don't hear them say it anywhere. How old your debt is up to the point in time now, it's going to take you the same amount of time to go ahead and get it off as when you put it on. What I mean by that is this. If you have something that's 180 days old, it's going to take about 180 days to clean all that up from 180 days forward to get it clean. Yes, your bankruptcy can come off, but that also takes time. And no one's willing to, and the people go, oh yeah, they promise you the moon, pay me $1 million, I get it off overnight. Well, I don't think so, unless you're inside your bureaus and you can wipe everything off quick like that. Now here's another thing. That's the problem, that people get upset and get bent. Those who are going to clean up your credit, sit down, go sit down in the corner, have yourself a cup of coffee, read a book, develop a new skill, learn something new that's going to generate your money so you don't have to be in the position like that again. But then also, most people don't realize the power of the SS form. The SS form, you know what that's good for? Do you know how powerful that form is? The SS4 that I'm pointing over to is kind of bluish on your left-hand side. Here's what the power is. If you screw up one of the divisions, you're not hit like the Social Security. Debt follows tax ID, and what the SS form allows you to do, is, guess what? It allows you to get another tax ID number. Each of those divisions has their own tax IDs number. And I promise you, I'm willing to bet $1 to a donut live on the sound here. I bet you had some yo-yos tell out there, and even Mr. Attorney tell you out there. And again, we played that attorney's information. We had you read it and everything else. And guess what? That one attorney is the one I still get my hats off to him. I'm the only one I actually would have to say I would go to him, even if I had to fly to him, because he knows what he's talking about. And plus he works up in the higher echelons of the court system. And he came out and said it. He said that LLCs, he slices through them within 5 minutes. Wait till you go to court and watch how fast they slice through it. But oh no, everyone's telling you get an LLC. And there's no such, okay, be careful how I say this. Oh, there's some lady out there that I said that you can't have another corporation. You can have the same corporation in a different state, same name if the name's available, or you can go ahead and just do another name and get another tax ID, or you can have a company called ABC Inc., go to another state and see if it's available. It's available, you can incorporate it there, get another tax ID under ABC Inc., and there's a way to connect them. If you're able to go to all 50 states, there's a way to connect from one all the way across and take all the history and move the history all to 50 of them. So who are that? Emily P. or somebody? Call me. I'll be glad to have a conversation with you. Now, one thing about the SS4 form, it's power. And I bet you some people told you about this if you're holding real estate. Oh, you need an LLC as a holding company to do all this and do that. What? Are you kidding? Please. Oh my God, they're setting you up to go ahead and lose and get hit hard. Because let me ask you, since I said debt follows tax ID, did I not? So let's say you have an LLC and you have a holding company. Well, the holding company will have a tax ID, let's say, and the LLC would have its own tax ID. Okay. So let's say it's not connected, but you have it as a holding company, and you have all the nice real estate attached to that. And none of those real estate has a, guess what? A tax ID. It's all under the holding company. Oh, but hold on. We'll get some smart rats that's going to go ahead and say this. Well, just go ahead and create each LLC for each one of those and put them under a tax ID. Boy, they just try to have you spend money, right? Well, why not spend maybe $50 to create, let's say, the name of the street as a division name, and that gets a tax ID so you know what goes on with that. And then underneath that, if you wish, you can go ahead and build a business underneath that address and build credit to that address. Business credit. How? Oh my God, Becky. I'm just telling you, folks, we teach you a lot, and I'm just really proud of it because today I just had to say today was awesome. It was awesome that this big, huge company stated a few things, and I'm going to tell you what they did. Let me see what's coming up here now. All right, and now what we're going to go ahead and do is
Think about Pfizer and the feds cut a deal.
Pfizer cut a
And here's
deal.
how they did it. Pfizer, located here in New York, owns a company named Pharmacia Corporation, which owns another company called Pharmacia and Upjohn LLC, which owns Pharmacia and Upjohn Company LLC, which in turn owns Pharmacia and Upjohn Company Incorporated. And what does Pharmacia and Upjohn Company Incorporated do?
Take a look at it again. I don't know if you can see it, but if you can't, then that I want to let you know is that they really made a huge impact. So what I just want to let you know is one of the most beautiful things is that SS4 form is your most powerful form to have you do what you need to do. Now here's what I want to let you know what I was talking about. What I was talking about is this, is that your corporation, right here, that's your line of defense. Today what happened, we had someone call, we created a division. We called today and we found out, because he called on his own. And he said, no, they said we can't do it. No, they won't do it. And today he found out, I talked to the person, they told me no in several different ways. And finally, I brought up another company. I said, hey, Home Depot has a card that does this. And I said, if you want, I could put you on Zoom and show it to you. She goes, no, but we don't do that. And then she finally said, what we do is, and she said, blah, 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 blah. And then you have to go then you need to go do this. So we went online and did this. And then we got a code 25 when we applied for the division for the card. And then we call the code, we call the office. Code 25 is really good when you get a code 25, by the way. They're just verifying some things. Then we told, she said, okay, great. And then I asked some questions, and she said, no, that's going to go ahead and get it. Now, here's what's so awesome. I told people before, and I said it in, maybe 2 weeks ago, is that your corporation can guarantee cosign for a division. I also told you a division could cosign for a corporation. Guess what? The lady verified that today like lickety split over the phone. Says, well, if we do this, that means your division will go ahead and get the credit, and the company's, taking accountability for it, like co-signing. And I said, cool. I said, but no, we don't want to do that. I'd rather go and do the other way where we can have a card given to the division, and that way it'll just feed off the same line. She says, okay, no problem. And then there's something they said they'll do this and that, and they'll get us this, that, and the other thing. The reason why I'm not saying too much about it because I know a lot of people out there do not know, and the people that are out there, there's only one other person I know that does know it, but the rest that are teaching, saying I can get you $350,000, $50,000 in credit line, they're all personal guarantee, which is not a bad deal, but how do you get them out of it? I mean, these guys are going brave solo and out there and buying properties and stuff, which is nothing wrong with that. But what happens when you hit a dry month? I'm just talking out loud. And then you hit a dry month and you got a payment coming up. Oh my God, what am I going to go ahead and do? I haven't sold, I got to sell it. And pretty soon you got to give it away almost just to make a payment. No. Or if it really gets bad, something happens again to the economy. There's rumor control talking out there saying, they're thinking another shutdown, but again, that's rumor control at the higher end though, not in the lower echelon. You don't hear much in the newspaper, but it's in all over DC's floor. So now what I want to let you know is this. What's happening here is that your divisions also each have a different tax ID number. This way, if anything happens, you can learn how to disconnect, isolate, and incorporate so that all by themselves if anything happens. Because remember, debt will follow tax ID. So if you have everything in a holding, that Social Security number in a holding, all that property together gets hooked, and you can't disconnect them. The minute you get filed on, you cannot disconnect. Or even like the minute something happened and you go try to disconnect it, it's going to show. This is the reason why we do it up front, because they can never accuse you of saying you're trying to hide or do things at the last minute. And you can even when you lose, you can tell the truth. Even when you lose, you can tell the truth. You can tell the judge, hey, look it, the reason why I did this in the beginning because I was under coaching. You want to blame it on us, blame it on me if you want. And they said, you know what? If you set it up ahead of time, they can't accuse you of trying to hide anything. So that's why I did it, and I'm glad I did, because I knew someday somebody would try to sue me. And on top of that, at least the person thought ahead of time that I would be a Fortune 500 company, and so be it, here I am. Even if you don't make it to a Fortune 500 company, the mentality still you prepare like a Fortune 500 company, period. So when you go to court, even when you lose, you win. So let me ask you a question. Even if you lost this, you lost the court battle and all. Let me tell you, if you had the assets protected up front, way up front, before anything, what do you think would happen if you were at court, if you already had it done up front? So guess what? When they came to take everything, you already have it filed properly. You have all the necessary document done up front, and everything's done. You can go to the trustee. Here you go. We need to pick up our items, blah, 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 and there you go. Anyways, that's a short abbreviation of it. So again, I'm not here to be your attorney, but when we give you the information, when you join us, then guess what? Take it to your attorney and have him bless it. Get a blessing from him. All right. So now with that bit, let's go to the next one. Okay, so now, like I said, a lot of you want to go ahead and have, your credit. You want to have this, you want to have that, But here's the steps to build your credit for your EIN. The reason why I say your EIN is going to be most important for your cash credit. Your Dun & Brad really won't be a lot of cash credit, a little bit, but not a whole lot. Now, you need 5 accounts in the beginning to people to go ahead and report your credit. Now, some people say you don't need that. Some people say you do. I just say this. You can do 3, you can do 5. The reason why some people say 5 is because the more accounts you have, the easier it is for the creditors to see you can healthily do stuff. If you have 3, you just got a number with only 3, but there's no depth. So 3, 5, however you want to do it. I say to my students, 5. If you can't handle 5, then do 3. Now, also, then you're going to have your next level is 8 accounts. This is where it's called fleet credit tier. This is where you start applying for a lot of your cards. And here's the thing. Gas cards are not bad. Excuse me. Gas cards are not bad. Gas cards are your blessing. Gas cards are your blessings. Gas cards are your blessings. Let me tell you why. They're your blessings because of the fact is that those are get your credit a lot quicker, and then you won't have to order so much of the other stuff from the beginning stuff. Then you want to get to 14 accounts. 14 accounts, now you can start heading for the cash credit. That's the whole thing of the coaching behind that. If you do it properly this way, you can do a lot of no PGs. A lot of no PGs, and that's really one of the most important things people really want to do. So what I also want to talk to you about today when we also did this, there's one thing that I always tell people when they call. Whenever you call your credit card, I don't care if you want to call and say, you know what, and you know you're paying on time, okay? And you say, I want to know what my balance is. And they tell you your balance. Okay, great. But you know what? I want to always ask for a credit increase. Today we asked for a credit increase from a certain dollar amount to a certain dollar amount, and we got an extra $1,000 on top of that today. Now, I asked for more than what they gave us, knowing they weren't going to give us that much anyways. But hey, you know, never know. So they gave us an extra $1,000 today, and it's revolving, all right? And it's revolving. So they gave us an extra $1,000 today. So we got an extra $1,000 in business credit. That card now, he's going to be able to go ahead. He's learning the steps how to build a division. Hello? Even better, HPV can also save up to $130. Whoever that was, I'm going to kick you out of the room. Hold on, let me see who it was. If you're listening to something else, then go somewhere else. All right, I just booted him out. Okay, cool. So what I'm saying is that you're going to learn how to do all this. And the great thing about this is guess what? Guess what? Is that was a card that's no PG and it's revolving. No PG and it's not revolving because today it was verified again. Even the lady told us all the stuff that I've been saying is that she verified it. And this is a Fortune 500 company that verified it. All right? Live. So I'm going to just tell you, today was just really awesome. I do all those live for a reason. I want you to realize when we do that, when I coach you, I do it live so you can hear me, that I don't say anything different than you do. I just know how to dig. And also another thing, I don't act like I know anything. I call up, I say, I need your help. You know, what do you mean? I'm trying to do this, but I'm not sure. Someone told me I could do this because they showed me their card and had this on it and da-da-da-da-da. And finally, lady got me around to this, and then we got around to other things, and finally we got it finally now down to the nitty-gritty. So now that's so powerful about the whole thing. Also, another thing is this. Remember, I've told you about the other ways of income. Here's the thing. If you don't realize the 4 points of income, one's always going to be real estate, also what's inside of real estate. A lot of you say you want to go ahead and get involved in real estate, but you know what? The minute someone gives you the opportunity, you don't even want to take it. Why is that? I'm telling you, we have money for you, and you don't want to use the money, which I'm glad a lot of people don't call. The ones that are actually working, they're doing stuff and making things happen for themselves. Now, also another thing is this. We do have money to give so you could use to make money. We're willing to give you money to make money. We're willing to go ahead and have you have money so you can make money. Use our money to make money. Why not? You're using our money to make money because of the fact is that if you use our money to make money, you become a money broker, certified private money lender. You'll be able to go ahead and secure all this stuff right here. You'll be able to have the same private funding money to use to go ahead and have investors that buy, fix, or flip, or hold investment properties. And it's 100% purchase, 100% rehab, or 100% of the closing costs. We go over more of that in the class, so I'm not going to do it here. But this is what you get. You get to use the money at no charge. You charge us by having a client. You charge them, and we even tell you what you need to charge them so you can go ahead and make your money. And it's really awesome. It's easy. There's nothing for you to do. After that, we'll do all the paperwork for you in the beginning. We'll do all the collections. Reason why is because of the fact is we really want you to make you money. We really want you to have you make money. Why? Because it's so important that you do. One thing, if you don't do that, is because of the fact is that you have someone that really wants you to succeed, and that's the whole point. You know what? Here's the thing. What's the catch? The catch is you probably have a negative attitude, and you said it can't be true. Has to be a scam. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to put maybe 2 hours. No, for sure 2 hours on a weekend. If you want to do well, 8 hours for the whole month. If you want to make $1,000 for the month, guess what? You go ahead and have to fill your pipeline up with 3 of them. It's going to take a 30-day to build, and the next 30 day you will see it. Oh, I'm sorry. But why don't you go sign up for one of those home programs and pay $97 for it and just say you're going to do this and see what you make here. Here you don't have to do that. It's the only cost. That's the only cost. It's a free 99. Free 99, okay? It's free 99. Come on, you guys. I mean, it's so funny. You human beings out there blow my mind. I'm part of the human racing, and I understand it. But you know what? The reason why it's not too good to be true is because all you have to do is come and go to www.corporatecredit-blueprints.com, put your name and number in there. We'll call you and talk to you and see if you're a good fit. Not everyone's going to be a good fit for this. Some will be a good fit as a VA, and we'll talk about being a VA, a virtual assistant, and they'll have to go ahead and do some things. But other than that, that's it. So I just want to let you know there's an avenue for everything for everybody. We're here to want to make sure that you do have the success, because the fact is, what other business corporate credit place shows you and says, hey, look, we'll go ahead and we'll establish you, use our money, make money on our money, and there you go. I mean, come on. Then you'll have the money. You don't have to take it away from your family. You don't have to work crazy hours. None, zero, nada. Now, another thing is this. Remember I told you 4 points of income, real estate. After you do real estate, what about franchises? That's the next level. Then you got profit sharing. That's the other level. Then finally you learn how to leverage money and the credit with all these 4. But your real estate is where you begin. Right now, those of you that are looking to build your business credit, or if you don't want to, there's another agreement that we'll sign that you're not going to do it, so you won't have any access to the building the credit side, but you'll have access to just the training for being a money broker. That's it. That's it. You can do that if you want. Not a problem. In fact, I'm looking for a few sharp people that can go ahead and handle about 20 people at a time, because that's going to make a difference. So I just want to let you know that one of the most important things is that there's things out there we do have for you, so you can go ahead and have it happen in your life. All we're looking to go ahead and do is repackage your life. We're looking just to repackage your whole life and building business credit, that you don't have to worry about life anymore, and realize that, guess what? You are the one that makes the difference. So I want to go ahead and say is that, remember, just go to www.corporatecredit-blueprints.com, 888-471-4252, extension 2001. 2001. Or you can call 877-819-0891. 0891. 0891. 877-819-0891. That's all I want to let you know. And here, folks, give us a call. I challenge anybody that says, can I really make money? Call us. Hey, you know you can. And if you're good at marketing, then we'll have something to talk to you about marketing. Call us about marketing. We'll talk about how that works too. So if you say, well, I can't do that, but if you can market, call us. Even if you're like I don't care if you're 16 years old, I'll talk to your parents to see your parents allows you to make the money. We'll set you up a little business so you can do that as well. You can just market for us, and we'll show you how you actually get paid off that. All I want to say, folks, is good night, and just remember the power of divisions, man. Divisions. Once you understand that you will not be defeated, even when you lose, you're going to win. Even when you lose, you're going to win. God bless all of you, and most of all, thank you for being here tonight. And also I'd like to say to you is this, is that, uh-oh, can you guys see the slide right now? Can you see the last slide right now? Uh-oh, that's why. Now can you see the slide? I think you can. I hope you can. What's the little engine say? I know I can. I think I can. I know I can. I think I can. Woo, woo. All right. So with that said, let's rock and roll and have a great time tomorrow.